Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all the wonderful comments in the last video. I really appreciate it. I hope I was able to respond to everyone. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Today this video is going to be a two-part series. The first part I'm going to be talking about my relocation experience from the United States back to Nigeria. All the juiciness, all the craziness, all the wildness, and all the who sent me message. To find out more about it, stay tuned and keep watching. So where do I start? I graduated from college. As I said in my last video, I relocated from Nigeria and came over to London. Did a few years in London and then came over to United States to start my college. I studied accounting in school. By my junior year, which is about my third year in school, I had interned with one of the big four accounting firms. Did great there. So right before I even graduated, I had my full-time job with the company. I studied accounting, as I said, and I started to work. It was the best from an experience standpoint. It was the best from building my stamina standpoint. It was very hard, guys. It was extremely demanding. I went from one restatement client to the next. I don't even want to tell you guys how many hours I was putting in a week, but that's besides the point. It was really hard, but it built my stamina for work. It built my appreciation for working and getting paid, because that was the first main corporate job I ever had, and my first one was a big one, and it was very demanding. So I loved it from that aspect. I was single, I didn't have kids, I wasn't married, so all I did was work. All I knew was work. But I knew that something in me was kind of calling me towards another direction, and that's something I can't control. There's something that sometimes we have something in us, or something that's innate. We can't help it, right? My entrepreneurial side was starting to lack. I didn't have time to give time to anything else but work. This particular day, I was on a restatement client. I was driving home from work. We had work Friday, Saturday. I was driving home on Sunday night. It was dark. I was in a wooded-ish area, and I hit a deer. And it messed up my car. When I got on Monday morning, I told my boss, and the guy was even wondering, why is this girl telling me this? How does this impact the work papers that I need? He was just shoving work papers at my face, and it really hit me. Not that really made my decision for me, but it really made me feel like these people care about themselves. I really need to start caring about myself. I could put in all these hours and nothing really worth it at the end of the day. So I started to, I was already making an exit plan, but I finally put in my notice and I resigned. I remember, I think I moved back on the 13th of December to Nigeria. One of my other friends was on the flight. It was mad fun. We came back with USD. We were turned. We were having a blast. We're living like single girls. No bills. No, we're just living. We're enjoying it. But before I moved back, there were a few things that happened. My dad actually had told me he hated the idea. He thought I was crazy. He's like, how do you leave such a good job? He was like, what are you thinking? He told my mom to talk to me about it, that it didn't make any sense. He was like, anyway, at the end of the day, he knows that he gives me 1 month in Nigeria, I'm going to run back. I'm used to structure. I'm used to the way things are laid out, and there's a plan that I'm going to run back. I'm probably not going to survive it. So he left it at that. So I continued, and I think my friend, I had 2 or 3 friends that had asked me to get them the latest BlackBerry at that point. I don't remember what the latest BlackBerry was, but they asked me to get them the latest BlackBerry, and that they would give me the money when I get back. So I was like, how can you send me, a businesswoman, to just go and buy you BlackBerry and I'll just buy 3? Of course not. Of course I had to buy more than 3. So I bought 12. I was like, if I'm gonna sell it to these girls, and people are gonna ask them who gave them this phone, because the phone just came out then. People are gonna ask them who sold them, and they're just going to direct them to me. It's quick money. So I bought 12, and joke, I sold it all though. And my sister was still in the United States at that point. And the businesswoman in me obviously is thinking, I've sold 12, of course I can sell more now. So I told my sister, and she's like, that was quick. So she sent me more phones. Before you knew it, that's how we became people. If you needed the authentic, because there were fake ones flying around, but if you needed authentic, legit BlackBerry, come to me, Onye will sell it to you. So I started to sell phones. At that point, people started to, you know how people just want to take stuff, I'll pay you, and then they owe you. And I'm like, I'm not going to be keeping a spreadsheet of people owing me 5K, 10K. It was just it's not even worth my time, so I stopped doing that. And then my sister said her friend wanted to get a car, and wanted her to kind of help her with the logistics of sending it back. And she's like, you know how your friend told you to buy a phone and you bought a couple of phones and you sold it all? How about we try with cars, right? So I'm just like, and of course, the way we reason, when she says something, I'm like, let's do it. So she's like, yeah, maybe when I send hers, I could send another one, and you can first of all use that to test out the market to see how it goes. I was like, of course. We sold cars. She sent the first one, we sold it. My dad linked us to this dealer that is his friend in Ikeja, and we sold him a couple of cars. Like, we sold him quite a few cars, and he paid us, and it was all great. And then we had this other one in VI, and it got to the point where it's like, these small girls are starting to make money on our head. I beg. They're now trying to be funny. Like, we will sell the car to them, and then the customer will buy. I'll go there to check the inventory, and the car isn't there anymore, and they don't want to pay me my money. So I was just like, I had a few outstandings, but we had made our money, and it was becoming draining. We left it. We moved on. But rewind to me relocating and just making a plan. I just don't. When my dad was saying all that stuff, she would run back. I knew that I had made a plan that regardless of what happened, I will have that plan to fall back on. So one of my plans, I've spoken to one of my friends, and she said, hi, that she knows this person, that they're looking for someone with your profile, and that she thinks that my resume will be very attractive to her, that I should talk to her before I come back, just in case I decide to work or maintain like my corporate life when I come back to Nigeria, right? So she gave her my resume, and I interviewed with the lady. She was so excited with my background, loved the fact that I was an accountant, loved the fact that I had worked with one of the big 4 accounting firms in the States. She loved all of that. So she offered me a job, told me that when I come back I could take 1 or 2 weeks off before I started working. I said fine. So I came back, and fast forward again, I moved back to Nigeria. Then I started working with her. The salary agreed on was about 3 million. I think after taxes and stuff is about 80,000 or something or thereabout a month, naira obviously. So I was doing this work. First month sharp passed, and I got my salary alert, and it was like 42 or something thousand naira. And I was so confused. I remember staring at this thing. I was like, did I saw? I went back to my offer letter. I saw something else. I went back to my email. I was like, nah, this is not making sense. This doesn't add up. So I went to the lady. I gave it about a week, thinking, okay, maybe it's an error and they're gonna change it up and whatever, or maybe they just do first batch to test my account, make sure it's actually my account when I confirm receipts. So I went to her and said, yeah, I received the money you said. She's like, okay, this is me confirming receipts. But I didn't tell her that it was short. I just said, I received the money you gave me. Maybe they needed me to confirm that it was my account so they can pay the rest. A week passed. This woman didn't say anything to me. I was like, nah, this is not looking good. So I went to her office and I said, ma'am, there's a little bit of confusion here, because what we agreed was this amount. What I got was this amount. Why is that? She's like, oh God, I'm so silly. This is her. I'm so silly. This must have been a serious oversight, that the way I work around here is, when I give you your salary, that salary isn't applicable until your 3rd month, and we usually just prorate it based on work and everything else and training and all the efforts, and give you like a stipend, and is what you're gonna get a stipend for like 3 months. I was like, but that's a crucial piece of information that could have swayed my decision one way or the next, that was omitted on the offer letter. Like, is there a reason for that? And she's like, no, that she doesn't even understand that it must have been her admin that typed it up. Like, I'm rolling my eyes like, someone shoot me. Like, she's like, it must have been her admin that made the error, that she's really sorry. I was like, but where I'm coming from, like, when someone says that they're giving you a 3-month probation, that usually applies to your, like, say, a signing bonus, for example. I remember when I went with the big 4, I got a signing bonus, but that signing bonus, half of it was paid earlier, and then the remaining half was paid 3 months later, just to make sure you didn't take the job for the signing bonus. But I was not paid less than maybe like 5% of my salary when I was still doing 100% of the work. That doesn't add up to me. She's like, yeah, trust me, Onya, I've been beaten a couple of times, and when you stay in Nigeria longer, you understand things a little bit different, so you have to be careful. You have to structure your things a little different. I was like, I didn't believe her, but I was just like, whatever. It's just 3 months now. I'm not going to die. Let me just continue the work. I really liked what I was learning. Again, I will give you guys the main reason I stayed at that job is I brought in Mod Cosmetics to Nigeria. This is a backstory, and I'll do a whole new video about Mod at a later point. But I brought in Mod Cosmetics to Nigeria with my sister, and at that point, I was doing the analysis of like, where is Mod going to be placed? How do we want to go? How do we want to, attack Mod from a strategic standpoint? Where do we want to open our first studio? How do we want to go about this? Are we doing makeup school? All those things, all the foundational work that you have to do when you're starting a business, I was doing it at that point. So for me, when I was mad that this man wasn't paying me what I needed to get paid, I thought about it as like, I'm analyzing Nigerian businesses. I'm getting experience for how I'm going to start my own business. So in as much as I wasn't getting paid what I was agreed or what I had signed on to get paid, I was gaining experience that I'll always take with me. And that's what things that people have to realize. It's not always about money. You have to understand, what am I getting out of this? Is it worth what I'm putting into it? So for me, while analyzing mod and setting up mod, I was analyzing other businesses, and it was giving me great exposure into the Nigerian business market, which I needed to be able to succeed in my business and take mod to the level where I took it. So that's why I continued with that job. But after a few months, I was like, what am I even doing here? This man wasn't forthcoming. The 3 months passed, she still wasn't paying me. She was just giving me the runarounds. I woke up one morning, the dust fell off my eye. I was like, I'm off, like there's no need. And guess what your girl started doing? I started writing business plans for other people, guys. I called in my partner in crime, aka my sister, and I said, like, you know, she's like, man, we should totally do this, like have a few clients, do business analysis for them and all that stuff. We had a company, I think our company was called Global Associates, and it was like think global but act local. Yeah, that was our whole story. So we did some business cases. I even helped my cousin out. If you wanted to get an investor, if you wanted to start a business, we'll do like your business plan, we'll do your projections and do all your surveys or your research, and you pay us good money, right? Sometimes you pay us based on a percentage of what you got out of your investors. So it was great. It was fun. It was very, very draining, and we got more to the point where we needed to focus a lot on it. We needed to it was taking shape, so to say. It was the pie was forming up nicely, and we needed to make sure that we're devoting the time that it needed to run it. So we kind of dropped doing global. We started working on mod full-time, and you know, again, as I said, this is a 2-part video. This first video talking about how I moved from the United States to Nigeria and did everything. I'll still have a whole-fledged video about mod at a later point. Just stay tuned on my channel. I promise you guys it will come. It just will not be in this video. I don't want to make this video too long, but really the point of it is follow your dreams but have a plan. I knew what I wanted to do. I like structure, I like growth, I like to try different things, but and I feel like accounting gave me all of that, but it didn't give me the right to control my growth. I want to strategically be in control of my growth, and I feel like entrepreneurship gives me that. So again, I would never regret any of my experiences. I never regret moving back. It taught me a lot. It changed the way I see business. It's even changed the way, I lived in Nigeria as a child and then lived there as an adult. So I did business in Nigeria as an adult. So for me, it was like so much learning, so much experience that you can't buy that from the market. You know, always have a plan. Always have a plan you can fall back on. Yes, your way, your path might not go according to that plan, but always have that plan that would help you retrace your step. And that's really the key to success in this life. Like, you always just have to have a plan. You can't just wing it. You cannot wing life. Yes, you have to live intentional. That is a big part of living intentional. I really hope that I'm able to, you know, continue to connect with you guys on different levels, hear about what's going on in your life, what businesses you're thinking about. You guys will hear about mine. I'll have a few other lighter videos that are just about me faffing around in the house. I really hope to continue to connect on a different level. I love this channel. I love the comments, and I just can't wait to continue to see you all down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, catch you at the spot. Can you keep quiet? Shh. Gosh. I'm gonna stop now. Just keep